Yeah.
A few months ago, I received a call on my phone similar to this one.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir,
Yeah.
this is Sam. How are you doing today?
Okay, yeah.
Sir, can you just turn
Why?
on your computer and check the notification? We have sent you some notification on your computer, sir. Sir, are you nearby your computer?
They claimed that Microsoft had sent me a notification on my computer and that I needed to turn it on immediately.
So your computer is turned on?
Yeah, it's up, yeah.
Or what do you see bottom left? Did you see magnifying glass on a screen?
Oh, yeah, I see one.
Click there, okay? And type there.
They then told me to open msconfig, also known as system configuration, on my machine. The scammers will do this to show their victims that there are stopped services that should be running.
On that box, you have some columns like service, manufacturer, status. Yeah, just go through it and tell me what is the status of all those Microsoft services.
Stop, running, stop, running.
Did you turn off all these services on your computer?
These services being stopped is completely normal and doesn't indicate any issues.
These are the services which should be running. Okay, if they are not running, it means your computer is not in good shape. Updates are not doing on your computer at all.
But they will try the same lines about system configuration and stopped services on everyone they call. They do this to convince you that your computer has an issue, and that to have it fixed, you'll need to pay them a support fee. But how did I manage to capture video of the scammers running their scam in the first place? Well, as a part of their script, the scammers will use remote access software to get control of your computer. And when the scammers asked me for this control, I gave it to them, because my computer is set up so that when the scammers connect to me, I can connect back to them. This allows me to gain access to not only the scammer's computer, but their entire network. Once I gained this access, I quickly found out that this call center had CCTV installed in their building, which gave me a unique view into the inner workings of their operation. Using the CCTV access, as well as files I found on the computers in the call center, I was able to discover the name of the company behind these scams is DK Business Patron, and they are located in the first, second, and third floors of this building. On their website, DK Business advertises themselves as an e-commerce, BPO, marketing, and sales agency. Surprisingly, they actually did do some of these things. During the day, they would manage the accounts of Indian companies that were selling products on Amazon and eBay. And during these legitimate operations, I was able to see and listen to one of the directors of the company, Pooja Shufal, speaking with her employees. The cameras installed in the building had no microphone, so how could I hear her talk? Well, as it turns out, the entire office has an internal phone system. These phones were not normal landline phones, but rather IP phones, which were connected to the scammer's network. And I could turn these phones into listening devices without anyone realizing. Because I could listen to every room, I was even able to overhear new employees being hired into the company.
आपको भी फील हो कि हाँ एक रेप्यूटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आप काम कर रहे हो जहाँ पर आप आए हो one of the best organization मैं आपको एक्सपीरियंस बताता हूँ मुझे.
However, this Amazon seller business was only half of the company's operation. When it became nighttime, the people from the day shift would all go home. Then, a new group of people would enter the second and third floors of the building. They would start to blast US citizens with calls and would try to run the same script as earlier.
Hello?
Who is this?
Hello? Hi, Mom. My name is Grace. I'm calling you today because we have received an error report from your computer.
Many of the people the scammers called either didn't have a computer or knew that it was a scam.
So, according to the report, some of the application,
But because they were calling literally tens of thousands of people every single day, a small percentage were bound to fall for their scam script. And when someone was convinced to buy these scammers' fake support, they would be transferred to these guys. These are the closers, and their job is to bill the victim's credit card. When the scammers would bill their victims, they wouldn't use their real company name, but instead an alias, Hightech 365. When I visited the website for Hightech 365, they displayed themselves as a computer support company based in the United States. But after looking up information behind this company, I found it was an LLC registered in Montebello, New York, with the key principal being of Indian origin. These scammers were using a shell company to take payments and would then launder them to India, where the main director of the company, Deepak Kumar Chupal, would reap the benefits. Deepak Kumar Chupal, like his director sister Pooja Shufal, was also in the building, but this time during the scam shift. Irrefutable proof that he knew about the scams and couldn't claim otherwise. Despite this, he was still very clever. He figured that if an investigation by the authorities took place, they would most likely only come during the daytime. Thus, he could claim that they were doing fully legitimate business, while at night they were actually scamming people. Knowing all of this, me, along with my friends Jim Browning and How to Delete, started gathering evidence to send to the police in Delhi. But while we were gathering evidence and contacting the authorities about this call center, I received a message from an old friend of mine, Scambaiter. He told me that there was an American vlogger named Dhiah who was staying in Kolkata, India, and that he was going to walk into a call center to physically confront them. However, because he was in Kolkata, neither me nor Scambaiter knew any call centers you could go to. Over the past year, the Kolkata police have been heavily cracking down on scammers in a series of raids, and many call centers that were operating there either got arrested or moved. So I told him about DK Business, a call center doing tech support scams located in Ramesh Nagar. Even better, they were equipped with CCTV cameras so we would be able to see him if he went inside. He agreed, and a few days later flew to Delhi, where we would plot our next moves. We decided that he should scout out the building before fully going in to ensure his safety. Unfortunately, things were not as easy as we initially thought. There was only one opening into the call center, and there was a guard present. Additionally, when he arrived at the call center, the gate leading up to the stairs was already closed. It seems the guard would close the gate after all the scammers had entered the building. We came to the conclusion that if he wanted to enter the call center, he would have to be at the gate at around 8:45 to 8:50 p.m., while the other scammers were still arriving. The next day, he again went up to the call center, this time making it up the stairs and pretending to be a lost tourist. And afterward, we managed to spot the same scumbag that was helping him, now trying to scam vulnerable Americans, which made both of us even more determined to expose them. The day after was his last day in India, and he planned to fully invade the call center. However, we learned that a police raid could happen the same day. But a few hours later, in a spur-of-the-moment decision, he decided to go in.
Boys, I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna go straight through the door and talk to the guard. I'm gonna try to get by him, but I don't think it'll work. Let's see. Hello, open. I want to speak to Deepak.
Anji.
Deepak Kumar.
Sir.
Yes. Yes. Deepak Kumar. Yeah. Ding a 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 ding. Hello everybody. What's going on? Good? Everybody doing good? Say what's up. How are you guys doing? Good? Yeah. How's everything? Good? I'm just walking around and I saw this place. Everything's good? Yes. Okay. My name is Dhiah. What's your guys' name? Everything? Okay. Babita. Arya.
Vicky.
Okay.
Ashish. Others.
Okay, good job. Where's Deepak? I'm looking for Deepak. He's up? Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. This is crazy. They don't know I'm exposing them right now, bro. Ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding. How are you guys doing? Good? Everybody's doing good? Yes. Where's Deepak? I'm looking for Deepak. Deepak Kumar. Okay, the other side? Okay, very good. What's your guys' names? My name is Dhiah. Kamal? Okay. Manav? Chandrao. Sure. Okay, very good. I thought it was Robert Williamson, right? Very good, guys. Guys. Hello, guys. Where's Deepak Kumar? Up? Okay. Thank you, guys. Guys, where's Deepak? Is he down? Okay. I'm supposed to have a meeting with him. Is he down or this way?
Yes. Down.
Is he over here? No, can you get him because he's not there? Okay. I'll be right back. Come. Okay, we're gonna meet Tupac in just a minute. I'm gonna get water and come. All right, time to get the hell out of here, bro. Yo. So, that's how you do it. All those guys in there are scammers, scumbags. There's no reason they should be in office right now.
One of the craziest stunts in scam baiting history. Never has an American citizen entered a scam call center while they're operating. When he actually went in, the majority of the scammers had gone to the top of the building to celebrate someone's birthday. But even after taking selfies and taunting the scammers in their own building, we weren't done with them yet. No raid happened that night because the police department we initially contacted said they couldn't, because DK Business had a license to be a call center, even though we had clear proof they were scamming people. Luckily, a friend of ours, Karl Rock, who also took the drone and street shots of the call center, had a contact in another police department who was willing to make arrests. However, on the day they were to raid, the CCTV cameras of the inside views were suspiciously unplugged. Our best guess is that they spotted one of the police officers of the department looking around at the building before the raid was to take place. After Dhiah had entered the call center and Karl Rock had been spotted taking footage, they were on high alert. This did not stop us from seeing them enter, however. The outside and stairwell cameras were still plugged in, and sure enough, the police actually came. But because we couldn't see views of the inside of the call center, we thought we had missed the most important moment of the raid, which was the police actually investigating. However, while this was happening, I realized that I had access to laptops in the call center, which had working webcams. And sure enough, for the first time, we were able to see police actually inside the building at the time of the raid. You can see one of the police officers with a gun strapped on his shoulder, and even more crazy, the boss of the call center, Deepak Kumar Chupal, handing the officers water while they investigate his scam operation. Unfortunately, Deepak was not taken into custody, and as of uploading, DK Business is still in operation, this time only doing legitimate work. I hope that he and his accomplices are arrested and given lengthy prison sentences. Unfortunately, knowing the corruption and situation in India, this is unlikely to happen, but one can still hope. Even still, by making these videos, we can inform people of these scams before they ever get victimized. Check out the channels and videos in the description. Why not subscribe and watch another? Bye bye.